when something works really well, you kind of just go like, yeah, it usually stands out when it doesn't work, where you're like, this is fucking weird.
Yeah.
But this cast, but like for instance, Peacemaker you have, I think, perfect casting.
You know,
right?
we replaced one of the guys.
He died.
No, first season, the character that played Vigilante
Yeah.
was played by another actor that please don't show the other actor.
Okay. We can cut stuff out.
But
too.
Freddie Stroma, who plays Vigilante, we had shot 5.5 episodes of the first season with another actor, and I decided it wasn't working, and we hired Freddie to and I had to reshoot all the stuff with him.
That seems like a tough decision.
It was tough to do, but luckily we were again very under budget. We still ended up really under budget, so we were able to afford to do it. I did the same thing in the second season with another character, but it was
when you
if something's not working,
when you first sense it's not working, do you obviously do you try like, oh, we'll try to do something to make it work, or is it just like this just doesn't work? Well, as far as performances go.
Well, I mean, I tried to make it work every second. The very first day we shot a scene, I was like, oh no, like, how can I get, And then sometimes you feel like that as a director, and then you get to the cutting stage and you're like, oh no, it works really well. It cuts together. Because I'm really intense on set with actors. And sometimes it's, my concerns are just a way to make the scene better, and it doesn't match the reality of, the scene's not working. But in that case, we started cutting it together, and I'm like, oh God, this is everybody's favorite character in the script, and he's my favorite character in the show in a lot of ways, and I am, it's just not working.
But that feels that sounds brutal to have.
It's brutal. It's brutal. Yeah, it's really.
I learned last year about the Back to the Future story.
Yeah, that's brutal too. Yeah,
I didn't know that story, and then
I know. I mean, and Eric Stoltz is a very good actor.
Yeah,
right?
he's a
very good actor, and it's like, oh, that sucks that hangs over that guy's head for the rest of his life.
It does, but then when you look at it through the lens of what. He's a very capable actor.
Yes,
it's not that he's not capable actor.
No, there's a light touch to it
Yes.
that Michael J. Fox brings.
Yeah.
That he is that character.
Yeah.
And Stoltz is just more of a grounded, heavier actor.
Yeah.
And it just doesn't match.
It doesn't match. But how about this is the one where I'm like, there feels like we were talking about Bond, right? And so they're always talking about usually actors they do 3 or 4, and then there's just the whole thing of who's going to get the role next? And it's it's a global dialogue, and everyone's like, it should be this, and how come it's not a woman or whatever?
Yeah.
People, you're like, all right. Well, they finally, it's always like, okay. I mean, he's known for banging a bunch of shit, but yeah. So have it be like that. I'll watch that movie.
I'll watch that movie,
sure.
yeah.
But I don't know if there's anything that feels like heavier than casting Superman, right? That feels like that is the big choice.
Absolutely.
So when you're starting,
it's harder than Batman. It's harder than anything.
It feels like it would be.
Batman's wearing a mask.
Did you see?
And also, Batman doesn't have Batman face.
Right.
The thing about our Supermans is they've all had Superman face.
Yeah.
Whether it's Brandon Routh or Henry Cavill or Christopher Reeve or David Corenswet, they all have Superman face.
Yes.
And that's a specific sort of thing because people kind of have some idea of what Superman looks like from the comics.
Yes.
So right away, you're incredibly limited. I mean, think about all the different types of people that have played Batman.
Oh, here we have. Yeah, you're right. With Batman, it's like Keaton, Ben Affleck. Christian Bale.
George Clooney. They're all
over
totally different.
Yes.
Whereas Superman's more physically specific. So I was terrified going into that casting process. And I said to Peter, if we can't find the right guy, I am not going to make this movie. There's just no way. I'm not going to, suddenly be like, Paul Giamatti's a great actor. but I'm not going to cast him as Superman.
I would
and
love
hope
to
we
see
get
him.
away with that.
Yeah, that would be amazing.
It would be pretty cool to
Yeah.
remake it with Paul Giamatti.
But how long did it
I'm
take
gonna do
you
my
to...
George Lucas recut with Paul Giamatti.
That's the fucking...
in David's role.
Do you break the
David
internet?
won't, he knows Paul's a good actor.
Was it a long time to find David?
Here's the funny part.
Yeah.
Second audition I saw.
The second?
Yeah.
And were you locked in?
I wasn't locked in, but I was like, I think we're gonna be okay.
Really?
If that's my worst choice, that we're gonna be okay. There was like a guy who I thought was going to be really good, who I'm like, sometimes I see these guys in like little roles and I go, oh, he's going to be great. And so I went to, I asked for his audition. And so that when I got all of the auditions on tape, and I think people can go online and see, because I think GQ published David's audition. But when I went and saw that list of all those actors, I watched that guy first, and I'm like, oh shit, he's not it. I thought I was so hopeful, and I'm like, well, I also picked out David Cornswell because I had seen him in Pearl, Ty West movie, and so I watched his second, and I'm like, oh my god, this is the greatest thing ever, because he handled the humor. He's very serious in Pearl. And so I knew he looked like Superman and I knew he was a good actor, but I didn't know he could handle the sort of wry goofiness of Superman.
Yeah.
Really. That's what I like that about Superman. He's got this sort of farm boy charm, goofiness about him that we love and find endearing. And that needed to be a part of Superman for me. And so he had that right away and I was like, oh, this is a
When they audition for that, like are they doing like Clark Kent and Super, or is it like just one type of scene? Are they giving you?
No, I didn't think so much. There it is. So I had rewritten. These scenes are going to get out. So
yeah.
Well, this one didn't actually, but you're afraid they're going to. And so I wrote another version just for auditions of the interview scene with Lois that's in the movie. And that is really where he's being both Clark and Superman at the same time, and he switches back and forth a little bit. And so
that's a great scene, by the way.
Thank you.
And I do feel like you kind of surprise yourself as the audience watching that scene.
Yeah.
Because you don't expect yourself to get kind of like, I was like, stop being an asshole to him. Just why are you trying to, you know what I mean? Like you catch yourself getting involved.
Yeah.
You're being a bad girlfriend.
It was a fun.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Did you
awesome.
guys just? Did that already exist?
They're on point. How can you not make that now?
Yeah, I know.
Are you not inspired?
I am. I am kind of inspired. God, I love that guy. I love that actor. Anyway, so that was really. So I was very lucky with Superman. And the weirder thing is that then I went to look at all the Lois tapes, and Rachel was a part of that group.
And so you're like, oh, this is great.
The Loises were unlike Superman. Like, there were a couple of, the three actors who ended up screen testing for Superman were the three I could see in the role, and there wasn't anybody else. It was a much more slim pickings. Loises there were some good Loises, man. That was hard. Those actors were, But I screen tested them together, and I screen tested Rachel and David together, and part of it was their chemistry together.
They had good chemistry.
Yeah.
Bert and Tom, Tom and Bert. One goes topless while the other wears a shirt. Tom tells stories and Bert's the machine. There's not a chance in hell that they'll keep it clean. Here's what we call Two Bears, One Cave.